Yo, what's going on, guys? In this video, I'm going to be going into how I think you can actually be on all the time, be creative all the time, and get the most done all of the time. There's something that I've been working on in the background, and now that I've been working on it for months now and I've been implementing my practices, I've realized that this is very doable. A lot of people, I myself am working on a video on how to manage multiple interests. It's going to be a big video, but it's going to take time. I'm working on a model, getting my editor on, so I'm planning it out, I'm scripting it out, storyboarding it out. But that doesn't mean that I can't apply the principles now. And in fact, I have gotten to a place where now I can see that there are both there we all understand that there are ebbs and flows in life. I can't push people to be on all the time in the sense of be grinding all the time, and I don't think that's either what I'm trying to do here. It's about being able to get the most out of everything. So like, I remember back when I was lucid dreaming, I was able to stay awake during my dreams, and I'd be able to get messages from my dreams. I'll be able to get insights from my dreams, or I'd be able to have fun and experiment in my dreams. And also, through my research into meditation and psychedelics and self-reflection, I've also realized that these moments of presence, of looking within, of accessing the inner world is also very important. If we look at the seasons, when we hibernate, that is a very introverted season. It's meant to have us go indoors and reflect. And I believe that the reason a lot of people get depression during these times is because they don't seek the soul within. They can't do the same extroverted activities that they used to do, and so they find themselves struggling because they don't realize that these seasons are there for a reason. And so just like there are seasons for life, there are also seasons for internally yourself. And so what I want to share is something that I've been working on. So I have a lot of things that I'm juggling. I've been struggling with getting consistent with day trading. I have this YouTube channel, I have another YouTube channel, I have a podcast that I'm working on right now, I have a school community that I'm building, I have my full-time job that I'm working at right now. I just came out of it. I have my wife, I have my child, and I'll have all of these desires. I also practice meditation. I'm also constantly researching, constantly learning, reading books, audiobooks, etc. And I'm also have these goals of getting, building my body up and being more fit, looking a lot better. Obviously, I feel confident with my body, but I know I'm not where I want to be. So there are several things, and I've been managing these things all around. And sometimes I go ham on my day trading, sometimes I don't. But I've realized something very important. It's that it's this rule of just showing up is enough. First off, that's, I guess, the first concept. With you just showing up, you're already doing what most people can't. You're already doing more than what 80% of the population cannot do. So me posting this YouTube video, I'm already ahead of 80% of the people, because a lot of people don't post videos on YouTube, even though they want to. So I've kind of already mentioned this before, but what I want to say is more so from a circadian rhythmic perspective, from a much more biological perspective, which is, when we wake up, there are certain things that we can do. So when I think about productivity, I think about output, and a lot of people do also. So there's moments where I get this influx of creativity, and I get hella ideas. I have ideas just, I sit down and I start writing, and I start typing up what I have. I input into ChatGPT, and it helps me kind of flesh things out. And so this is something that I've been doing for a while now. But I realize, I love these ideas, but I can't be just coming up with ideas all the time. And I mean, that's a fact. Even though I would like to, there are times where I also have to build. I can't just be generating ideas. I have to build the things that I'm thinking. So one thing that I want to highlight also is that there's also these phases for building. And so, for example, in the morning, I meditate, I get up, but I also reflect on my sleep. And so those three things are like very more introverted, slow. And then as the day begins, I start writing, I start working on my computer, and then I output my ideas. And then once I flesh out all my ideas, I brain dump. I'm able to then look at what I have to do, and then I start doing them. So then I have these priorities, these tasks that I have to prioritize, and I start working on them. And as I start working on them, then I can't really be thinking creatively, because I'm focusing on building on the specific task. So I'm seeing this really nice flow, where I'm able to output a lot because I'm I'm making YouTube videos, I'm planning YouTube videos, I'm connecting with people, I'm recording videos, etc. So I can output, but also I can plan. So it's this constant motion between influx and outflux. Influx being me receiving the ideas, receiving the inspiration, receiving the ideas, and then the output, which is me putting those ideas out into the world and building them. So so then I've figured there's some benefits that you can have from specifically downtime. And there's, I think, the beauty where people talk about boredom. Like, boredom isn't such a bad thing. When I meditate, I'm able to get insights. When I dream, I'm able to get insights. I get really good ideas. People taking power naps is something that I learned when I was in school. If you take power naps, it helps you with retention, but also it also helps you with getting ideas for things. And so these practices are things that I do inherently. I've built that habit. And so these practices allow me to get ideas on the daily, and not only that, they allow me to answer my questions. So if I ever have any issues in my daily life where I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this, and I want my higher self to give me the answer, I go to those practices that allow me to get the answers that I need. And that leads to great opportunities. And then also there's the output side, which is working. So what will help you build that? What will help you build your output? Well, first off, it's going to be physical health. Eating good, sleeping a good amount, staying very disciplined with that, obviously. Also just exercising. I like to walk in the morning with my son, so I do that. I try to just get some stretching in. When I'm working, I'm running around a lot, so I got my physical aspects, but then also there's going to be the emotional and mental aspects. So, like, emotionally, how do I feel about my business, how do I feel about my relationships. And the thing is that I realize is that a lot of the reason why people don't output is because most of the time it's an emotional issue. People are more afraid of how they feel, or how they will feel once they don't get the result that they're looking for. That they're more afraid of that than actually than not living up to their potential. So then that leads to them not posting the thing, or doing the thing, right? So what I want to highlight is that that emotions can get in the way a lot. And I also think about relationships, like even with my wife. Like, there's sometimes some things that need to be said, and I think about other couples, and things aren't said, and they're pushed under the rug, and they keep building, and that takes time. And even when you being at work, being able to focus, and, like, instead of worrying about your relationship, or being able to focus on a conversation and not have to worry about that, because I see that, and I found myself doing that. But I realized that the faster I'm able to tell my wife, the faster we can resolve it. And it's the same thing in just day-to-day relationships. If there's something that somebody said that bothered me, I go up to them and I tell them, hey, this bothered me, I didn't like this. Or at least I keep it in my mind. I'm like, okay, next time if it happens again, I'll let them know right away. So I keep that in my mind. And so I realized that the faster you're able to get through those emotional matters, the faster you can output, because you can build finally with people. When we're talking about even productivity, but from a collaborative standpoint, you want to make sure that you're clear with people, that you have a good relationship with people, that you're honest, that you're transparent, because transparency really leads to collaboration. You can't collaborate with somebody if you don't know the cards that if they don't know the cards that you have, and vice versa, if you don't know the cards that they have. Being very clear about your intentions, etc. Like, that just gets things moving quicker. And I've realized that that has helped me a lot too. Like, I don't think people talk about this either a lot in social media. There's, we all talk about the physical aspects of things. Get shit done. Exercise, sleep, meditate, etc. But we don't talk about the emotional aspects, which is like, that thing that you want to say to that person, say it like now. Let them know, because life is short and you gotta get shit done. And at the end of the day, if you want to build in this world, and you want to be around the right people, then you gotta be acting as a person that is intentionally creating that circle of friends. And then from a mental standpoint, make sure to me it's very important to just have like a plan. Brain dumps are super dope. Like, just a brain dump is like whenever you're thinking a lot of stuff is in your mind, or before you even start your day, Just like dump all of the stuff that you have on your head, like that you're thinking, and that allows you to plan ahead. Also, visions, like having a vision is very important. You know, where do I want to go? What's my ideal self? What's my ideal future? And yeah, and then also I guess learning. You know, just like the moment you have a question, go and answer it, go solve it. You know, like ask ChatGPT, ask YouTube. And most of the time, within like the first 2 to 3 things, answers that you get, you should already be acting on it. That's something that I've learned a lot. It's helped me get a lot of shit done. So I guess this video is really about how to get a lot of shit done all the time, basically, right? So I think that's gonna be the title. But going back to it, so my theory is this, and I'm gonna probably write an article to make this clearer. But there's influx and outfluxes, influx, outflow, etc. How are you consuming life? What are you receiving? What are you opening yourself up to? How are you positioning yourself in the right place to receive from the right people, from the right sources, etc. And also, are you capable of then transmuting that influx into something much stronger? So like, you are a receiver, but you are also an amplifier. So when I get an idea, how capable I am of bringing that idea to life is really gonna have me be seen as a creator, basically, and my ability to receive the idea is my ability to be creative. And so that's a very beautiful relationship dynamic between the creator and the creative. I believe that the creative is the one that receives, while the creator is the one that builds. Even though I feel like you can use those words very interchangeably, but it feels very much clear that way. One last thing I want to say is, you know, that's what these spiritual practices are for. That's what they have taught me. These internal reflective practices, they help me align myself to my true self. They help me get the right answers to my questions, the right ideas to my projects, the right inspiration for my emotions, and so really developing a practice that allows you to tune in and tune out the outside world will help you along the way. It might just be the missing piece. You know, you might have that ability to grind and just put in the work, but if you don't have that internal alignment, that won't mean much, because you're just gonna keep doing shit that doesn't really mean much to you. It's not real to you. So that's super important. Yeah, that's really what I wanted to say. Hopefully you guys found that helpful. I'll see you in the next video. All right, stay lucid. Peace.